Let's return to the big story of the day that the Pentagon has ordered this review of AUKUS, the submarine deal. I've been reporting this evening that it's leverage to force Albanese's hand on defence spending. I've been reporting that the Trump administration is frustrated with the attitude Albanese's taken, that he's refused to increase spending, the flippant remarks he's been making, as well as his attitude towards the alliance more broadly. What's your view on this? Do you think he is putting at risk the AUKUS agreement?
Well, let's look at the increase in defence spending first. Our clear commitment prior to the election and our commitment reaffirmed today by Angus Taylor, the Shadow Minister for Defence, is that we must make an increase in our defence spending, and we have said over the next decade it needs to go to 3% of GDP. I am at a loss to understand why Mr Albanese himself does not understand that it is in Australia's best sovereign interests to do just this. Shari, doesn't Mr Albanese ask himself, what does investing in our military actually give us? It gives us influence abroad, but more than that, it contributes to regional stability. So I am concerned at Mr Albanese's lacklustre approach to defence spending, but I also want to be clear on behalf of the opposition that our commitment is very, very clear. We believe in investing in Australia's sovereign capability, in investing in Australia's military capability, and yes, we would increase our defence spending. But I think more broadly on the issue of AUKUS and the announcement of the review will now take place. That it happens to be a fact. So it is now the outcomes of the review that are important. And Mr Albanese has a key message that he needs to deliver to Mr Trump in terms of our commitment to AUKUS. Any delay, any downgrade in relation to the AUKUS agreement would be absolutely detrimental, not just to Australia, but more broadly to the UK as well, given this is a trilateral agreement. So my greatest concern is this, Shari. Has Mr Albanese secured a meeting with President Trump at the G7? We are now one of the only major countries that has not had a sit-down meeting with President Trump, and that is of real concern to me. So Mr Albanese has a huge job ahead of himself, but it is now the outcome of the review that is most important, and Australia cannot afford any delay or downgrade in the AUKUS commitment. Look,
and part of the reason why he hasn't had a meeting yet with President Trump is that Albanese's rhetoric, Penny Wong's too, is often more critical of our allies like America and Israel than it is of our adversaries like China. And just yesterday we saw the foreign minister impose sanctions on two, yes, highly controversial Israeli ministers. But in a free democracy where there's the rule of law, where they face elections, and this has, of course, angered the United States. We saw the statement from Marco Rubio. Michaelia, what's your reaction to these sanctions? Do you think they're wrong?
Yes, I do. Penny Wong, in one signature in issuing the regulations, has also had a fundamental shift in foreign policy in Australia. And Australians need to be asking themselves why. Australia's position in relation to sanctions, because of the actions of Penny Wong, is now that we will sanction democratically elected ministers in a friendly allied government of Israel. Now, Penny Wong has a lot of explaining to do. The first is, why did she do this? This is not what Magnitsky sanctions were designed to do. They were designed to go after people who were from authoritarian regimes, the unaccountable, basically, who could never be held to account by a domestic regime. But, Shari, the bigger question for Penny Wong is now this. Because you have shifted Australia's position in foreign policy, it's the consistency argument. All because you don't like what a minister has said, and I can tell you right now, I condemn what those two ministers have said. You now have a problem, Penny, because as Greg Sheridan, Chris Uhlmann and others have pointed out, there are now other regimes in which ministers have said utterly atrocious things that you now need to seriously question sanctioning. So I think Penny Wong has a huge problem here. But more than that, the question of why. What was the outcome that Labor wanted to achieve here? Because Marco Rubio has been pretty clear. The United States, Shari, is working with Israel to achieve a ceasefire, to ensure the return of the hostages and then to end the war. That is what we should all be committed to. And they've been pretty clear. What Penny Wong has done, along with the other nations, it has not helped this process. So I think Penny Wong has a lot of questions that now need to be answered in relation to what is now a shift in foreign policy.
And I look forward to you in your new role as Shadow Foreign Affairs spokesman, hounding her over those questions in the Senate, Michaelia. And
she has questions to answer.
On many topics. Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Great to be with you.